For about 3 years now, I've had a chronic sinus infection. I think it has something to do with COVID. I caught COVID around that time while training to run 200 miles. I was running 20 to 26 miles to jujitsu, doing open mat and going to class, and I overtaxed myself, caught COVID, and recovered from COVID, but ever since I had a pretty bad sinus infection, and my nose would start to leak and I would start to sneeze. And I was wondering, I didn't relate it to COVID. I just thought I had gotten a bad sinus infection that was hard to get rid of. And it would come and go somewhat. And eventually I realized that every time I ate processed sugar, my nose would start to drip and I would start to sneeze. Sometimes, as soon as the processed sugar would touch my lips or touch my tongue, my nose would start to drip. I hadn't even chewed yet or swallowed. It was an immediate reaction. So I cut out sugar as much as I was able to, as far as how strong my will was. And I did all right, and it got better, but it would flare up and come back because often I would consume processed sugar again, and then it would just come back. So I decided what I would do to build my willpower would be to mind my business even more than usual, to remove myself from situations and tasks that didn't serve me anymore, to save my energy. And you can look at it as like anything that you do physically or any stress that you go through mentally burns calories. And so I just began to save those calories for healing, being still and letting my body heal. And that is what has happened in my observation. Now I'm sharing this because I know lots of people who seem to me that sneezing, runny nose, and I've heard even in the grocery store, people will be sneezing or they'll be dabbing their nose and they'll be commenting that for a long time, for a few years now, they've had a sinus infection that they can't get rid of and they are frustrated with it. What you're going to have to do is you're going to have to cut out processed sugar, and how you get more willpower towards that is to start saving your energy. Remove yourself from things that aren't any of your business and begin to stress less.